I can't speak officially anymore, but I will say that for the part of the national security apparatus that I oversaw as DNI, there was no such wiretap activity mounted against the president-elect at the time, or as a candidate, or against his campaign. I can't speak for other Title III authorized entities in the government or a state or local entity.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if the FBI, for instance, had a FISA court order of some sort for a surveillance, would that be information you would know or not know?
Yes.
You would be told this?
I would know that.
If there was a FISA court order on something like this?
Something like this, absolutely.
And at this point, you can't confirm or deny whether that exists?
I can deny it.
Well, wait a minute. He's contradicting himself. Former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper yesterday on Meet the Press. We continue with the great one, Mark Levin, from his TV studio in Virginia. You know, so Obama gives a statement that says they didn't order it. Doesn't mean he doesn't know it. Clapper puts out all these caveats here. Well, the part I oversaw, I can't speak officially.
Let me
go ahead.
Let me take it differently. I accept everything that James Clapper said, and it contradicts every piece of significant reporting over the last 6 months. If he's saying there was no FISA application, there was no FISA warrant, then why have so many news entities said that there are? That's number one. And number two, why didn't Chuck Todd have Mr. Clapper on weeks ago, before I did my radio show, before Donald Trump tweeted? Why didn't he have him on weeks ago to disclaim that this FISA court stuff was hanging out there? Let me explain something where we are here, Sean. They're all pivoting, including the media. They were trying to present the case of overwhelming connections, overwhelming concern, overwhelming potential evidence of Trump and the campaign involved with the Russians. Now it's, wait a minute, no. Because I say these are police state tactics. Look at all this. You have no basis for all these investigations. Now they're saying, wait a minute, we didn't have a FISA warrant. We didn't do these wiretaps, eavesdropping, electronic surveillance. Now the media are completely confounded. Chuck Todd said, I got him now. I got the Trump guys now. And I'm by the way, I endorsed Cruz, just so the libs know, during the Republican primaries. And I want our president to succeed. This is about the Constitution.
Well, you also voted for Trump. You told your audience.
Well, I think absolutely. That's right. So which is it? Which is it? Were there FISA warrants or not? Now, if there weren't, why didn't you report that weeks ago? If there are, some of us would like to see them. So we have a real problem right now. The media is turning on the media. We have leaks coming out that are felonies. We have stories about 6 federal departments and agencies, intelligence and law enforcement, that were investigating something, somebody, by somehow. So what's the answer? That's why we need to get to the bottom of this. Mark, I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Go ahead. You be the host.
Why all the investigations? Is there any evidence? Was there any evidence, scintilla of evidence? Hold on, I just need to finish my sentence. Was there any evidence, a scintilla of evidence at all, that Trump, his campaign advisors, and his transition team were on the take?
None.
Okay. Then why are 6 federal departments and agencies involved in an investigation, and now Clapper says he doesn't know anything?
This is profound for a lot of different ways, because we're talking about Fourth Amendment protections, First Amendment protections, Fifth Amendment protections, Sixth Amendment protections. There's so many, and the question that every American needs to know.
Now, we're talking about police state tactics.
I understand. And
by an executive branch, potentially.
Is true, because if they can do what they did to Michael Flynn, General Flynn, and that is here, whenever they have every right to go after a Russian ambassador. But the law, the Espionage Act, is clear that if they hear and identify an American on that line, they are not allowed to tape that American, and they're supposed to follow a process called minimization. Why does this matter? Because this is unreasonable search and seizure. And if they can do it to a presidential candidate, right? Now, either they did it or they didn't. Now, if they didn't do it, then that means the New York Times owes the country an apology. That means every major newspaper and every major network owes the American people an apology, right?
Here's the New York Times, January 20th. Wiretap data used in inquiry of Trump aides. You read this earlier. One paragraph, please. The FBI is leading the investigations, aided by the National Security Agency, the CIA, the Treasury Department's Financial Crimes Unit. More. The investigators have accelerated their effort. This is on Inauguration morning, front page above the fold. The investigators have accelerated their efforts in recent weeks but have found no conclusive evidence of wrongdoing, the official said. One official said, listen to this, intelligence reports based on some of the wiretap communications have been provided to the White House. Now, I didn't write that. You didn't write that. I asked Mr. Clapper. The FBI is leading an investigation. Did you know about that, sir? Aided by the NSA. Did you know about that, sir? And the CIA. Did you know about that, sir? And the Treasury Department. Did you know about that, sir? Did you know that one official said intelligence reports based on some of the wiretap communications have been provided to the White House? Did you know about that? And Chuck Todd, why didn't you ask him these questions? That's my question. Why are the media so lackadaisical and not curious?
You know, because you put all this together and you made such a compelling prosecutorial case here that it can't be argued intelligently because it's either one or the other. But then you get attacked by these little pipsqueaks on television. Let's go to one example.
There's a lot.
What does the White House gain by the president of by Steve Bannon most likely handing the president of the United States a Breitbart article and talking about what a rabid right-wing talk show host has been theorizing?
Liberal Joe is Joe's calling you a rabid right-wing host, Mark.
Well, he's a chameleon. But let me just say this, Joe. Here's what I do know. You remember the movie Deliverance, the guy with the guitar on the bridge?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Joe's the splitting image, isn't he? Yes, he's the splitting image.
Okay. Listen, I got to go. I'm out of TV. Will you come on the show more often? Because if I don't pressure you publicly, you won't come on. You're invited on all the time. You're one of my best friends, and you never come on the show. So tell the audience why.
We got Levin TV right here, baby. CRTV.
You can still come on this show occasionally.
I'll come on more often.
All right. Great one.
Yes,
By the way, there's a reason I call you the great one.